There we go. Okay, we've got audio, and today we've got a fairly big model that we're going to be working on, and that is the Charon Tid from Infinity Defiance. So I'm going to be getting a start on this guy. We're actually going to try and get the skin tone right first of all, and he's going to have, I was going to go for a very strong red tone with this guy, a bit like my, if anyone had seen them on Instagram, my kind of meaty looking remotes. I was going to go for a similar kind of a red, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to start off with just going right over everything with the deeper color, and then we're going to raise it up. So we're going to start off with a chalice red, which is almost a purple, and we're just going to spread this on. It's a bit of a washy kind of color, so it'll probably just go on a bit like a wash, to be honest, but we'll give it a go and we'll see what we get. Alright, so here goes. Alright, hopefully my stream is working okay. Says that I'm fair and I should be doing okay. So yeah, this one's fairly goo, but we'll see how it goes on. Alright, we're starting out, so I'm not looking to be overly accurate, but it's always good to try and be a little bit. But yeah, as you can see, this is kind of almost like a purpley red. So we're just gonna coat this all into the skin areas. Actually, the coverage is not too bad at the moment. And I'm hoping that today I am a little bit better at my positioning of the model. I've set up a camera just in front of me, or a monitor just in front of me, so that I can always be checking. It's some weird bit of something on there. Got to go out and have, went to go to a nearby Nepalese, Indian Nepalese kind of restaurant, and had myself a nice big curry, so I am full today, and was feeling stuffed in general. Okay. Oh, I forgot I'm going to be recording this, so I better start recording. There we go. Okay. So there we go. This brush is getting a little bit worse for wear in terms of its holding a shape. I may have to abandon using this one at the moment and switch to something else. It's just a little bit too frayed. I wanted to use it because of its size. We can kind of just layer on everything as fast as possible, hopefully, and be done with the initial base coats. There we go. There we are. Yeah, I'm not enjoying using this brush at the moment, so I'm going to switch out. I do need to get some proper nice brushes, or at least a whole bunch of cheapy throwaway ones that will work for what I need. I don't seem to find many in Japan that are kind of just the right shape and size for how I want to apply paint, which is a pain. I must say, the combined army really don't like protecting their buttocks. They're often kind of sticking out a bit with no armor on them. Kind of bothering me a bit, and my light is not really great today. Yeah, light is... I don't feel like I've got enough light. Hold on, I'm going to be mucking up my setup again. Still a little dark. Not sure if it's my light in the room. I'm just going to mess around a bit with my light because it's driving me nuts. Sorry. No. That's as light as it goes. Okay, but I do have a light I could try and just set up on the side here just to add a bit of fill for myself. I'm also a bit worried that I'm a little bit out of focus. It looks to me a little bit out of... Oh, it's not too bad, I guess. It's pretty good. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm not gonna mess around too much with trying to get things in focus. Alright. Let's try and add this light. Sorry, this is terrible to be doing it at the beginning of the stream. But I'm just kind of like starting to paint and I'm just like not feeling it because I just don't feel I got the light right. So, I'm just gonna give this one a go. Just have a little one next to me. Alley-oop. Alley-oop. Let's just add you in. Why are you falling down? No, 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 no. There we go. Hold it. Okay. Just as an extra fill there. Hopefully that'll just help me out a bit in seeing what I need to see. I got a whole load of lights going on at the moment. Oh, look at that. I can see again. That's fantastic. It's just now there's a light sticking in my arm. I might have to go a little bit higher just so it's not on my arm. Oops. What was that about? Okay. I'm feeling a little bit better about the light situation here. Although my... now this is in the way. There we go. That'll have to do. That'll have to do. Okay. Right. Okay. Let's actually get to painting then. So yeah, we're painting with this kind of almost a purple here. Figured out why I was having light problems. My actual desk lamp was on low. After all that fiddling around, all I really needed to do was just brighten my desk lamp. Still, good to have some extra lighting. Hopefully you can see okay. I think it's alright. Doobie-doobie-doobie-doobie-doo. There we are. Okay. Bit of a shaky start there. But we'll just keep rolling through. Okay, I'm not going to be too careful. I'm just going to throw down the paint. I'm using the Citadel hobby handle because it's kind of better with larger based models. The large base doesn't really sit so well on the putty, and especially as they're metal models, they're a little bit heavier, so they kind of fall off the handle. Plenty here that we can repaint over, no problem. Hello Linda. Welcome. Thank you for lurking. Hope you're doing well. I was almost not going to be streaming until very late, with a very late start today, because I was rendering my hopefully finished Defiance video that I've been working on for bloody months now. However, 51% complete and the program crashed, so I've got to restart that. It takes like 5-6 hours for it to render because it's just such a monster of a video that I've made, and that's like on a brand new MacBook Pro, so it's a fairly hefty duty video. I'm not going to be making any of them again for a while. I'm going to need a break because I'm burnt out on editing those things. So I'm now getting on with painting the Charonid for Defiance. So he will actually appear in the next mission, but he'll also be the main focus for the third and final part of my Orpheus trilogy short story series. So the painting of him goes up with the story when I've finished writing and narrating it, and that I make a video about it. Okay, yeah, I gotta not be worried about where I paint, because it's fine. We're gonna be going over again later. It's hard to tell which bits are muscle and which bits are armor, to be honest. One of the things I am gonna do though, because it is kind of dark from my camera view here, so I want to just fiddle my camera just a little bit. Whoa, too bright. That's maybe okay. My balance is on auto. That should be okay. Alright. That's hopefully a little bit better in terms of how light it is on the screen. Yeah, sorry, I'm going to be fiddling technically about how I approach these things. Before I had a painted mini that I was using these settings with. Now I've got an unpainted mini. It looks a lot darker, so I'll probably be okay once I start actually getting more paint on there, but it doesn't help that I'm using a very dark paint. Okay, so kind of marked in a lot of the musculature that we've got going on there. To be honest, a lot of that is armor. Just want to get in all these areas. I don't know if it's this paint. This paint just likes to split the hairs on brushes. That's the back of his head there. So the next part will be just to go over the armor. We'll just go over all of the armor areas in the brown. and then we can start adding all the other bits of details and things like that, which is always fun. All right, where's me prune? You are here. So we'll add a lot more color and things in there, but first I just want to mark out where all the armor is and where all the flesh is, and that's what these two colors are going to be for the time being. We can always change things around a bit later. So I'm just going to get a touch of water in there just to hopefully make it flow a little bit better. I fully photographed the Cassandra Kusanagi and I've submitted her into the competition, so we'll see. I think it's like by the end of sometime in November, get the results back. Also get the chance to do like community voting and things like that. So that's gonna be fun to see how all of the paint jobs come out. There we go. There's some opportunities for some interesting kind of glowy power points on this armor. So we might play around with, we could try playing around with a little bit of OSL, object source lighting, just to kind of try our hand at it. These brushes are not really holding their shape. It might be because I haven't thinned down the paint enough. Now I'm going to be thinning it down too much. Yep, too much now. Yep, way too much. No, it's not. Urgh. Not getting anything right tonight. Probably just going to be having a, today I'm feeling a little bit quieter than usual, so I'm just going to try and enjoy painting as much as I can. A bit frustrated, to be honest, by the fact that the render just crapped out on me halfway through. Now, to be honest, I was expecting some problems, but I was expecting a problem to be that it failed the render because of something wrong in my timeline. However, that was not the case. It just crashed on me, which means so far 50% is definitely kind of okay. Like, there's no errors there. But it also means that I didn't get any of my video rendered because I've got to restart again. It just takes so damn long. I was hoping to start work on just like a different video, but I might still be able to do that while it renders. I might be able to do some writing perhaps, but I decided I'm going to just stop the render for now so that I can actually do some painting and to a little bit of live streaming, which I'm doing now. Okay, at the moment the kind of the reddish purple and the brown are very, I'd say, close to each other in their kind of warmth, I guess. They kind of blend into each other a little bit. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but we'll work on building up the contrast once we start working with the reds. And we'll get a nice, perhaps pinky red going. As long as we cover up all of the grey, then we know we've got just everything to start working with. So our main aim is going to be painting up the getting the base colors of the skin and armor on so that we know everything's covered, and then we'll just paint those ones up until they're looking good. Ah, good. I'm glad you found your knitting needles. And yeah. I'm not like the hugest fan of this sculpt, if I am to be honest, but it's alright, I guess. Still think I could be a little bit lighter on the video. Oh, steel phalanx, fantastic. Oh, good luck with those, Joseph. 670 points worth of it, yeesh. I would be really tempted to go all out on just a full-on NMM gold for steel phalanx. Just go nuts with just NMM gold everywhere. It would take forever, but I think it would be really striking, kind of having these golden warriors, kind of almost these kind of the Spartan kind of brass or gold kind of thing. They're kind of the This Is Sparta of Infinity. It's hard to tell which bits are armor and which bits are kind of flesh, and it doesn't help that where the zenithal, kind of slight zenithal base coat that I did, wherever it kind of goes almost to black or a very dark grey, the purple that goes over it seems to go brown. And so it's the same bloody colour as the armour. But we'll work that up into the reds and I'm sure it'll look fine. Oops, got a bit messy there. Yeah, for some reason my lighting just feels off today. Maybe just me. Alright, oh, a red and gold, that would be very striking. I've also been having lots of ideas, hopefully lots of good ideas, I hope. Lots of ideas for my little comedy sketch thing that I want to do. Hopefully they'll be funny. I think we can, like these kind of like these bladed parts of the legs that are sticking out, I think we could have some fun with doing some like bright colours maybe. I have to have a think about what kind of colour I'd do it. Whether it would be a green or a blue or something, I don't know. Completely accurate depiction of him. Yeah, that's the idea of some of it. I want to do one on just orders, and kind of making a joke of, I guess, like the guy gets an order, he moves, sees a guy, and goes, "Okay, what are you gonna do?" And he's like, "Well, I'm gonna shoot you." "Oh, okay then. Well, I guess I'm gonna be shooting you back." Kind of thing. Doing a bit of an exchange before like everything goes on, as if they're kind of like, well, I moved, so you got to tell me what you're gonna do before I choose what I'm gonna do. Kind of thing. And just kind of have a little discussion back and forth about it. And possibly like one where they're completely seen by a sniper. But the sniper's like, "Hey, look, I'm not going to be getting any orders. I'm just here to ARO everyone. So if you don't move, I won't shoot you." Kind of thing. But, yeah, obviously, hopefully made into a bit more of a funny sketch kind of thing with some funny conversation if I can sit down and write it. Yeah, it is. I think there's a lot of possibilities for some kind of fun and stupid kind of situations to play out. So I'm going to be playing around with that. I want to get a commanding officer kind of character in there as well that they rip on all the time. I was thinking of using Tariq Mansouri for that. And like the whole idea of like if you get like the orders actually appear above their head like a big green circle, and it's just like, oh god damn it. So I mentioned earlier that I'm probably going to be a little bit quiet today. I'm just not... I had a big dinner. I think that's just kind of settled inside me and made me very lethargic. Alright. Looks like we're getting there. Alright. You know what? I think we're roughly... Oh, what did I do the back of the helmet? I saw a really good painted Charantid just today on Instagram. Just came up in the feed. They did a kind of a white armor, not like my kind of white armor where I kind of got the bone kind of hue. It was more of the kind of the surgical white, the kind of bluish white. Looked really nice. Already being really messy with this, but okay. Time to figure out what kind of red we're going to be doing this. Yeah, it's interesting, this thing. When it dries on dark grey, it comes out brown. Which makes it look very similar to the armour in places. What, so Joseph, what do you think you're going to be leaning towards with your colour scheme? Right. So I want to work my way up to Worm Red, which is this one here. So I'm going to need some kind of these softer reds. Let's try going up through those. I don't think I'll worry about the crimson, to be honest. Let's just get started with the Inferno Red and mix it in with a little bit of the kind of the purpley red that we got there. Is it the I forget the name of it. Chalice Red. Not sure if it's the red that I really want, but we're just going to mess around and see what happens. I don't know how well you're able to see that. I guess you can see it all right. So I'm just going to do the hand, and we're going to just see if this color scheme is working for me or not. Uh-huh. It might be kind of interesting to do a, you know, like because you could do like the cyborgy kind of skin tone where it's very, very pale, almost blue or something like that, and but make the armor just like really pop, so they're just kind of like almost these wraiths inside the armor or something. I don't know. Hard to choose a new scheme, isn't it? I tend to end up sometimes doing the same schemes again and again, even on completely new models and things, just because I go, you know what, I like this color, and you know what, a good complementary color is this, and it's like, oh, I've done this whole scheme before. Yeah, I mean, it's just gone brown here. It's just really weird. Such a strange paint. Reacts so strangely to greys or dark greys. This paint requires kind of like a lot of layering, but it does make your blends a lot smoother. It just takes forever. Yeah, it's nice to have a little bit of difference between the unit types to show. Yeah, I kind of like have a little bit of flair for kind of like the special models generally, just so that they kind of stand out more. So they might have an extra, like where the line infantry will generally have a primary color and a secondary color. My kind of more special units will have a primary, secondary, and then a kind of a tertiary to signify their importance. But depending on my army as well, you can kind of see where I've kind of like tried to grow as painter and had some failures and some successes and things. My Hakizlan was a good example of that, where I got some models painted really nicely and some painted really awfully, and it's just like no consistency at all in terms of the quality and the approach. You know, the color schemes are the same, but the approach is very different. Just as I was kind of experimenting, trying to find the way I thought might work. I don't know. You can kind of see the hand there. Oh, good luck with the commissions. Fantastic. I'm really tempted to try and get into some commission painting. Just so I can, one, paint some completely different kind of models, and then not have to worry about storing and keeping them. Good luck with the painting. What is your commission that you're painting? Sorry to like pull you out of the possibly pull you out of the experience of painting there. Now, do we just go with this kind of a red here and maybe just throw in a little bit of orange just to... No, I don't. I do want to do the orange. Curious though. I'm always curious about this. Just take a spot of my nice yellow. No. They are getting on a bit. You don't have that bad taste type of Scottish one with the girl with the very kind of see-through shirt. kind of back when Corvus Belli were doing kind of more kind of titillating kind of sculpts with their models. Glad they kind of gotten out of that habit now. Kind of grown up a little bit as a company. Maybe that's it. Maybe they needed them painted, but because they're old sculpts, they're just like, I don't want to paint it myself. You know what? I'm kind of liking where this kind of red is going with here. I'm going with here. Let's try and do as much as possible with this and see what the rest of the model starts looking at. Let's try and tackle this bloody head, because it is going to be a pain. These paints are kind of a challenge to use, these Nocturna paints, but I find that if you're patient with them, the layering that you can do with them is pretty... can look pretty nice once you get there eventually. It just takes a while. As long as you have some patience. Okay. Right, well that's the look I'm going with here at the moment. It doesn't, like, in front of me it looks really nice. On the screen, to be honest, it doesn't look too great. I think again I got a very desaturated kind of look to my camera at the moment, so I'm just gonna see if I can at least kind of boost some colour into this. It seems a bit off to me. That's a bit too much in it. Too much colour, isn't it? I don't know. Maybe that's a better... How do you think it looks? It's kind of sometimes hard to tell for me. when I'm over here to see if that looks any better. Is that clearer to see, or is it too bright now? Bloody the camera stuff is the hardest thing. It really is. But at least you can kind of see some of that. It's just maybe a little too bright now. I don't know. I have a feeling it's too bright. Nah. Oh well, we'll just go with it for the moment. In front of me, it does look pretty good. Like, I like it. On the screen, it looks horrible. But yeah, anyway, that's how it's going to be for new. I guess I just got to keep on going and see how it goes. Really, that's all I can do for the time being, and just hope that it looks all right. Right. Okay, so we've got the idea there. Right, we're going to do this arm. Again, like, so much of the purple just seems to have gone brown. Must be the combination of this. Mind you, on my hand it looks brown as well, where I've wicked my brush. Here we go. Man, I am full after that big meal. That was a nice curry. I'm going to try and get into his chest cavity here. Oh, now, is that armor or just stretched musculature? I think it's stretched musculature, so I'm going to go and hit it with some of the purple. And then we're going to let that one dry. Once this stuff dries as well, it starts coming back towards that brown again. So we'll put these couple of layers in, and then we'll start adding in the lighter and lighter reds. Yeah, it just dries brown. Tackling that too early. It's not dry yet. Okay. Let's try and hit the back with a little bit of that lighter red that we've got here. Yeah, the challenge with this one is getting those highlights to be bright enough, I think, and saturated enough. Yeah, a little bit difficult. All right, just adding a little bit, something a little bit closer to ice yellow as a highlight at the end there. Just really, that's what makes the contrast there. It makes it pop just enough. So yeah, that's kind of the look we're going for there. A little bit more for the flesh here, and yeah, I think it's actually kind of coming along okay. Right. I'm actually now at a happy point where the skin is in question. Too much. It'll actually be quite a good Morlock skin tone, I think. Oh, good drink. it's still too saturated for that. I really gotta figure out this. Maybe I just need to do the white balance myself as well. Think about the that looks okay. It's just when I get too close to the light source, that's when it bleeds a little bit. Right. It's a bit of a slug this, but I've got to get through this. I've got to do all of the skin just so it's done. Do the buttocks. Okay. I think I don't have to worry too much about getting too bright, because one, everything's a little bit hidden. Two, I want to draw attention up through the model anyway. A bit lighter. Being very lazy with the bum. Some very much defined lines, and I'm looping them very roughly without keeping the definition that is already in the sculpt. Thank you very much, Unknown Girl. Yeah, I'm trying to go for a bit of a fleshy one on this one. It's coming there. A little bit of a frustrating paint, this one, but I'm determined to get at least this skin done. And then I'm just like, yeah, okay, that's done. Because, yeah, the purple, the initial purple that I put over it, a lot of it is actually where it was on the dark greys, just turned the same brown as the armor, so it's a real pain. But it's allowed for some definition once I've been able to go bright enough. Yeah, it's a difficult one, this one. Not quite getting some of the definition that I was hoping for, I guess. But it'll do. So I think the legs are more or less okay. We've just got this last arm to do over here. And then hopefully that'll look all right. Well, thank you very much. To be honest, like, the camera can't quite capture it the way I want. I kind of look at it at the screen and I'm just like, ooh, I don't know if it's really looking how it looks in real life. So that's also a bit of frustration. So right from the get-go today, like, sorting out camera stuff was a pain. That kind of knocked my overall confidence with the stream. Just like, oh, it doesn't look good. That's also, I'm recording this one actually with the camera as well, so that I can use the footage for a future video. going to be my third, keep plugging this, my third part to the short story series about the Orpheus. The third part is following the Charantid, which is this model here, and seeing the events unfold from the alien's perspective this time. It's going to be very difficult to write. But as I read it in a kind of an audiobook format, in the background is the kind of the painting process of this model. So let's hope it looks good at the end. I have a feeling the flesh will actually look a lot better once I do the armor, because the armor is going to be basically like a bone white, and once that's a bone white, it's going to bring everything up. Now we go with the regular reds. Oh, thank you very much. It's always hard early on in the painting to figure out if what you're going for is actually going to work. Sometimes you just don't know until you've done the rest of the model, because then you're in your head, the color theory that you're doing can only really be seen once you've put the color into it. So in my mind, there's kind of like a nice contrast going on between the kind of the deep reds and the warm ivory. There we go. Okay. So now touch my ice yellow. Mix that in, get this kind of slightly pinky kind of color, but it's a nice it's not a desaturated pink. That's the important thing. If I was to mix white into this, it would desaturate too much. You wouldn't get a nice pop, which I'm hoping I'm getting. So you mix in a little bit of ice yellow, you can keep some of that pop. monitor right in front of me, and I still managed to paint the model outside of camera shot. It's quite a big model to fit into the screen as well. So now we'll go to our lightest. It's this kind of a rose color, and that's what really gives it its kind of fleshy kind of look. It kind of just gives it that kind of the pink fat. As long as you don't overdo it, which I feel like I am. I hit mostly corners and some of the bends in the muscle where it's gonna hopefully reflect the most light. Okay. I think that's where I'm going to call it before I start ruining it. Right, the skin, for the time being, is done. So, the next stage that we're going to be hitting is all of the armor. And so we'll basically hit the armor with my ivories to try and build those up. And then, excuse me. Then after we've got all the ivories in, then we can start adding details and seeing how this all looks and if I need to change anything or not. But hopefully it'll look kind of cool. That is the hope. I hope all mine will look cool when I finish them. Doesn't always happen. Yeah, so I'm always having that problem with the camera. So I've now got like a monitor right in front of me. I figured out how to use the iPad as a wireless monitor. So I've got my OBS running on there so I can see the screen, and yeah, it makes things a little bit easier for me. Yeah, but I'm gonna call it there for tonight because it's now 11:30 in the evening, and I got all the skin parts done. So I'm happy. If I start the armor, I'll be here for a very long time, and I really want to free up my computer to render the episode 2 of my Defiance series, which is going to take about 6 hours to render because it's horrendously long in terms of the data that needs to be converted into a video file. But yeah, anyway, thank you very much for those who are lurking, Joseph and Linda especially, so thank you very much. And sorry, Unknown Girl, you kind of joined me just at the end here. And I hope to catch you next time. Yeah, I will try in the future to have some longer streams, perhaps. Just been a bit busy with family things, and this Defiance video has just been a weight on me at the moment. Hopefully once I'm done with that, I'm going to kind of give the Defiance series a bit of a rest and work on some other projects and maybe get some more painting done. So yeah, thank you very much and take care. Good night. Now I've got to figure out how to do this because I've got it on my other monitor. Here we go.